So, I guess YouTube's just copying TikTok now. If you somehow don't know, YouTube's new feature, Shorts, are essentially the TikTok version of YouTube videos. They can be from 15 to 60 second and have to be in portrait mode, which makes some that much harder to watch. I personally think that YouTube's short feature is very problematic for a number of reasons, and I'm not alone in this. Lots of people dislike the feature, but why exactly? Let's take a look. The main reason that people don't like shorts is that most of them are just bad. And I'm not talking about low camera or mic quality. Some normal YouTube videos have those too. I'm talking about the fact that the content is just straight up hard to watch. It doesn't make sense half the time and is very brain dead and lacks quality. And that's what I mostly hate about them. Even the worst shorts get tons of views. And so most people don't care about the quality of them. This is kind of similar to the problem game companies have that I talked about in my other video. You should totally check it out. And the thing that I noticed about these low quality videos is that people don't seem to get that it's bad. I mean, just one look at the comments will show you that viewers' opinion of the video is pretty good. And this is because the main audience of YouTube Shorts are kids, and they can't distinguish a bad video from a good one. And because YouTube Shorts are specifically designed for someone to just keep scrolling and scrolling, it's super easy to accumulate views and likes. Just look at the shorts I get. They usually have millions of likes, even though the channels have probably a few 100,000 subs. And to think that a stupid 30-second video would get more engagement than an actual informative and high quality one is just crazy. Another factor that plays in is that the shorts algorithm is really bad. I mean, I get it's in beta and all, but for example, if you only watch vloggers, you'd still randomly get recommended stuff like Minecraft TikTok story time.
The craziest thing just happened to me.
Like for part 2.
And this makes it so that people will more likely find and engage with that video. And so obviously people will exploit this, making more and more shorts, therefore making the feature more popular and more likely to remain and be more present in the future. And some people have already begun doing this exact thing. What I think really pushed me to make this video was a channel by the name LankyBox. These guys, I honestly cannot even describe them. Their content is just so dumb. I can't even process what's happening on screen half the time. So let's just get to know their content a bit. I want to check out this video right here because it contains a title that they use very often. You Will Cry is a title they could trademark because of how much they've used it. The video starts with this guy with purple hair. I couldn't be bothered to learn the name, so we're just gonna call him Purple Guy. So he's apparently eating or making a sandwich. Then the other guy, I'm gonna call him Blonde Dude, comes over and just begs for this sandwich. But like, dude, just make another sandwich. These videos are really confusing lore-wise. Anyways, Purple Guy, being the generous man he is, gives him the sandwich, and then it fades to black. Then it shows them sitting at a table together, I guess, eating lunch. Blonde Dude then asks Purple Guy to get something to drink. And when Purple Guy leaves, Blonde Dude switches the sandwich? But like, what was the point? You asked them for a sandwich and then he just gave it back. Do you get what I mean when I say YouTube shorts are bad? But you want to know the shocking part? This masterpiece of a short has over 15 million views. That is 15 million people watching this one 30-second video. But that's not even the craziest thing. I wanted to check out their most viewed short, and before I spoil how many views this has, I want you to take a guess. How many views do you think a 30-second video could get on YouTube? Some of you might have guessed 10 million, 30 million, even 50 million. Well, what if I told you that this single video has over 260 million views with almost 7 million likes? That's too much. And this video is even more brain dead than the other. They're sitting at a table. All of their shorts include food, I guess. And they're eating these horrible looking spaghetti. Being an Italian myself, this is unacceptable. I mean, did they even put oil on those things? As I was saying, Blonde Dude leaves the table and Purple Guy decides to pull a prank on him. So while Blonde Dude reaches the door frame, Purple Guy decides to get some salt from the salt plate they have. So after he puts some salt in his spaghetti, Blonde Dude makes the craziest switcheroo in history and gets the upper hand. And that's it. That's the video. 260 million views for this. These two guys have managed to exploit YouTube in an honestly impressive way. So I was curious if YouTube Shorts were the reason these guys were so popular. So I decided to look at their social blade. And as we can see, there's a pretty significant spike around the time they started making shorts. So even though they're not directly profiting from them, they're still attracting much wanted attention on their YouTube channel, which then leads to their other monetized videos or their merch store, which have very generous prices. Anyways, I'm done talking about these two. They make my brain hurt. Let's move on. Another reason why a lot of people hate YouTube Shorts is because most of them are just recycled TikToks. From story times to cringy sketches to World Ice Cream. Seriously, stop showing up. I don't care this much about World Ice Cream.
She comes every day with a new favorite ice cream.
I mean, why would I ever want to watch TikToks on a platform that's very badly designed for them when I could just go on TikTok? And this is the reason why shorts don't work for me. YouTube is just trying to copy something that someone else already did and made it worse. I mean, Instagram did the same thing with Reels and they have the exact same problem as shorts. I'm down for implementing an idea that someone else has done already, as long as it's improving or adding an original twist to it. And YouTube's short feature is definitely not improving or expanding upon anything that wasn't already there. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Tell me what you think about YouTube Shorts down in the comments below. I always love hearing what other people think. And with that, I'm out. See ya!